No matter what you want to achieve in life, you will achieve it with more certainty and more success if you have a strong network around you. But if your idea of networking is going to an event, handing out business cards, talking about yourself and what you want to achieve, and then going home and just waiting for your phone to ring, you're wasting your time. Most people think that networking works exactly like that, putting themselves out there, telling the world what they want, and just waiting for opportunities to knock on their door. But it rarely works that way. You don't want to just go out and meet people, hand out business cards, and wait. You want to be remembered by the right people. We've all heard the phrase, it's not what you know, but who you know. And I would even take it a step further. It's not just what you know or who you know, but who knows you. Who thinks about you when a new opportunity comes up, or when there's a networking event in your specific industry, or for whatever else you want to be remembered for? Who's thinking about you? Who has your name top of mind to reach out to and say, hey, come check this thing out. This is for you. Our conversation today isn't just about the tactics of becoming a better networker, but I want you to actually understand the reality and the psychology behind networking so you can stand out from everybody else and be remembered for the things that you want to be remembered for. I'm going to show you exactly why you need to be a good networker, how to be a good networker, and most importantly, how to meet the people or the person who has exactly what you want to help you achieve what you want to achieve. You have goals for your life, and relationships are at the foundation of those goals. So we're going to talk about how to build those starting today. Everything you want in life is a relationship away. Networking is not optional. It's the foundation for your entire life. Every major life opportunity that you've either experienced in the past or will experience in the future comes from a connection with someone else. Whether it's jobs, clients, if you're looking for capital, mentorship, visibility, support, information, reputation, entertainment, it's all connected to someone else who either has what you want or can help you to build what you want to build. And if you think about what you want to accomplish with your life, or if you have a mentor or a role model who's accomplished things that you want to accomplish as well, you can truly realize how important relationships are in hitting those targets. Networking is exactly why wealthy people don't have to search for opportunities or hunt for jobs. Opportunities just consistently seem to come to these people. This is because the richest people in the world build networks, and everyone else is just trained to look for work and search for opportunities. One of my best examples of the power of networking comes from my own experience in the real estate business. I was just a year and a half in the industry when I got my first role as a manager at an office. A lot of the time, these types of leadership roles in real estate brokerages are given to realtors who work in the company and have been there for 5, 10, or even more years. Or at the very least, they have a lot of experience and a lot of deals under their belt. But this wasn't the case for me. I began my real estate brokerage leadership career through networking. At the time, it was simple. I started a conversation with the president of the company at that time. I asked questions about him, I asked questions about the brokerage, and I did my best to follow up with value on a consistent basis. I'm going to walk you through that exact framework that I used later in this video. My goal through my first conversation with that president and the conversations after weren't to just ask for a job. My only goal was to understand him, understand the needs of the company, and to eventually become known, liked, and trusted. And this is simply because when people know you, like you, and trust you, doors are going to open for you before you even have to knock them. I just realized there's a real estate pun there, and I didn't intend that at all, but you get the idea. Let me walk you through the framework of my networking conversations. And this is where the psychology of networking comes into play. Networking is human psychology. It's not just about talking, but it's about connecting with the person across from you. So when you go to a party, dinner, or some other networking event, who do you find yourself connecting with the most? Is it someone who talks nonstop, asks you one or two questions, and then interrupts you before you even finish giving your response? Is it someone who is listening to you just long enough to think about their answer and then jump in with whatever they want to say? Probably not. If you're like most people, you will connect with someone who makes you feel understood. Someone who's interested in learning more about you and your perspectives. They have this way of making you feel like an authority on whatever subject they're asking you about because they ask you more and more questions. And because they're asking you these engaging questions, you get to talk and share about your topic or your industry as much as you want to. Not just because you want to talk for as long as you can, but because they're genuinely interested in you. And I've found that the greatest networkers in the world do one thing exceptionally well. They make you feel interesting. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. And this should be the mindset behind your networking going forward. Be more interested than interesting. Here's a very simple framework that has been at the foundation of my networking for years, and I've never forgotten it. Watch your weekend challenges. It's an easy phrase to remember, and it has all the parts of a good opening conversation. Let me break it down for you. Watch is your reminder to compliment your conversation partner on something they're wearing, like a watch, a nice blazer, a pair of earrings, whatever unique or interesting piece they might have on. You might say, "Wow, look at that watch you have on. You have very unique style. Where'd you get it?" Or, "Hey, that's a great jacket. I love the detail. I love the stripes, the spots," whatever it is. Or something that my wife might say, "What a beautiful dress. Oh, I love those boots," or "Those are fantastic earrings. I love those on you." Something along those lines. This is a great way to start a conversation with positivity, to make your conversation partner feel good, to feel seen, and most importantly, to feel special. Compliments will open them up and make them want to have a conversation with you. Your weekend relates to the other person's recreation. For most people, the weekend is when we take a break from work, when we relax and really have fun. So to keep it simple, you might ask them, "What do you do for fun? What are your hobbies? What are you interested in? Or what are you excited about outside of work?" In a typical networking conversation, most people ask about work, or they ask, "So what do you do?" or "So what do you do for work?" very early in the conversation. But I like to make that simple shift by asking about what they do for fun before getting to the work conversation. And I feel this helps me to stand out a little bit better. And the challenges are where you can then talk about work, life, or other challenges they may be experiencing in general. So after asking them about what they do for fun, what they do on their weekends, you could then ask them, "What's a typical day for you during the week?" At which point they'll respond with whatever they do for work, whatever their business is, or how they generate their income generally. And from there, you could ask them, "What kind of challenges do you experience on a day-to-day basis? What are the things that keep you up at night? What are the things that you want to learn right now that would help you to do better at your job?" This may seem like a very deep question or a series of questions for you to ask, and that's the point. You want to differentiate yourself from everyone else who networks with the basic questions of what do you do, what's your job, and what can you do for me? Asking about their challenges or their experiences or what they're learning is going to get them to think. They'll probably say, "Wow, great question. I haven't thought about that." And that's going to make you stand out immediately just from asking that question. And to take this even further, what if you could ask them about their challenges and actually be the one to solve their problems? How much value do you think this would add into their lives? And how much value do you think it would add in their minds about you? You can have everything you want in life if you help enough people to get what they want. Again, when this person shares their challenges with you, give it some thought. Take a second, ponder it for a minute, and if you have a solution for them, maybe you have a person who has solved a similar problem, or you know someone who can connect them to someone else who solved the problem. Maybe you recently watched a video, or you have an article, a guide, or some kind of resource to solve it. Tell this person, "I understand your situation. I might have something for you. Let me get back to you tomorrow." This is a great segue to get their contact details and to plant a seed, a little reminder for the contact tomorrow, which will start to build that relationship. And of course, if you don't have a solution, you can tell them you understand, think about it, and maybe even offer yourself as some help by saying, "What can I do to help you solve this problem?" Or, "I'll look into it. I'll let you know what I find in the next couple of days." And that's the whole mindset at the foundation of networking. When you enter a room, your job isn't to be the most impressive person there. Your job is just to be the most curious. Now that you've had that first conversation and exchanged contact details, here's where you really start to build a relationship. Reach out to this person the same day that you met them, assuming you met them during the daytime and you aren't messaging them at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. If you did meet them at a late event, message them the next morning or the next afternoon, just to arrange a coffee meeting. Coffee meetings are great because in general, it's going to be a very light, low pressure, low investment atmosphere, like a coffee shop, a Starbucks, maybe something local to you. And again, this is going to be your opportunity to ask them more questions and get a bit deeper into your knowledge and understanding of them. And if they've watched this video as well, they'll hopefully reciprocate by wanting to learn more about you too. So you want to go into this meeting looking to get a little bit deeper than you did with that initial Watch Your Weekend Challenges conversation. And to do that, you can start with the 4 Ps. Personal. Where did they grow up? What's their background? What's their story? Professional. What inspired them to do what they do now? What challenges do they face? What wins are they most proud of? Passions. What are their hobbies? What are their travel goals? Maybe some of their travel stories. What sports are you interested in? What do you do that's creative? What really lights you up when you're not working? And problems. Where are you stuck right now? What challenges are you experiencing? And what are you trying to solve on a daily basis? If you can understand these 4 categories, you can build a real connection with just about anyone. I spend a lot of time talking to business owners, and I've had great conversations just asking questions like these. What excites you on a regular day? What inspired you to get into your business? What are your goals over the next 4 or 5 years? If you weren't doing this, what else would you be doing? And one of my favorite questions to really build rapport and trust is, how can I support you in what you're working on right now? This is a very effective question to ask, especially if you're genuine about helping to solve their problem, because it shows that you care about their life, you care about their business, you want to help them through a struggle or through a challenge, and you're genuinely interested in adding value to them. Like I said before, ideally, they're going to want to reciprocate by asking you the same thing. What are you going through? What are your challenges? What can I help you with? This might be the point where, without being forceful, you tell them, well, actually, I've been looking for this type of connection to get into this type of industry. Who do you know that works in that industry? Who do you know that works at this particular company? Again, you don't want to be forceful, but you do want to be honest about what you're looking for without making you the focus. So I recommend asking that question often. How can I support you in what you're working on right now? It's going to help you build rapport, build trust. Hopefully it will open some doors for you as well. And at the very least, it's going to help you stand out from everyone else who says, oh, that's your challenge right now? Good luck. I'm sure you're going to find a solution for that. I hope you do well. Now that we understand the framework of networking and how to be good at it, here's a very simple formula that the top 1% use to do their own networking. And I've adopted this into my own life as well. Meet, add value, follow up, and stay top of mind. Let's break that down. Number 1, meet people or reconnect with people. If you're looking for professional connections, let's say, for example, you've applied to a very specific job, or you want to learn more about an industry before getting into it yourself, your best bet is going to be meeting people online on a website like LinkedIn, for example, which is a social network all about professionals. Other places to meet people, if your focus isn't just on jobs and careers and industry, would be meeting through friends or through friends of friends. Maybe you're being referred to somebody through someone at your current job. Social media is a great place to be connected to a lot of people who you haven't met before, and it could be as simple as following, commenting on a post, or sending a DM or direct message. And of course, there are always events for pretty much whatever you're looking for. They have business networking events. They have speed dating events if you're looking for networking in the relationship sense, or they have seminars based on whatever you're interested in. I recommend checking out websites like Eventbrite or meetup.com to find events in your area or places that you're willing to drive to meet some new people. Number 2 is about adding value, and it doesn't always have to be huge things. The small, consistent touches often matter the most when it comes to building long-term trust and value. You can consider something like sending an article to someone, as long as that article matches their goals or their interests or whatever you talked about in your last conversation. Maybe you are sending a resource, like a video, for example, that helps with those goals as well. You could also send a message just celebrating a win. For example, if you saw a post of theirs on social media saying they were hired for this new company, this new job, they started this new business venture, created a new product, message them just to say, hey, congratulations, I saw your post, looks like you're doing well, I'm glad. Or if you come across an event that might match someone's needs, invite them to that. Next, I recommend following up with this person within 24 hours of meeting them. This doesn't have to be anything complicated. A simple message like, great meeting you yesterday. Here's that link that we were talking about. Let's stay in touch, is all you need. And finally, staying top of mind, which again, only really needs light touches consistently, because the biggest mistake that networkers make is talking once and then disappearing. Relationships are built on the repetition of positive interactions. So here's how you can maintain those repeated positive interactions in a memorable way. Send voice notes instead of texts. If you have something important to share with someone, I would always say have a phone conversation rather than sending a text, because something important deserves that respect and that time. But if you're just checking in or maybe sending a quick invite to an event or sending an article or whatever it is, a voice note is a great way to have that emotional connection. You can hear someone's voice, they can hear your voice, and it's going to stand out a lot more than sending just a regular text message. This works even better if you're connecting with someone who you haven't spoken to in months or years, because they'll hear that joy in your voice when you say their name, which everyone loves to hear, and you're going to get a response back saying, "Hey, Jeff, hey, Isabel," whatever your name is. Great to hear from you. It's great hearing from you. Love to hear from you. All those positive things. So the positivity and the emotion comes through a lot better with voice notes rather than just sending a regular text message. Now, I know a lot of people don't like to hear their own voices, so my recommendation is record it one time, send it off. Don't listen to it back. Don't record it over and over again. Just be human. Pretend you called them, say your first line or your first sentence, and send it off. Keep a note on each person's goals. Whether it's on your phone, on your laptop, or in a CRM somewhere, depending on what kind of software you like to use, have a database or a running list of people's goals that you talk to on a regular basis. And every once in a while, you might come across that article or resource that can help someone on your list to achieve their goal. Or maybe every month, every couple of months, you check in with a person and ask them, "Hey, last time we talked about this, you mentioned you were that close to your goal, or you just need to talk to 5 more people to hit your goal. How are you doing with that? How can I help you to get a little bit closer?" Be the person who remembers wins, birthdays, and milestones. These can be so simple to keep track of and mean a lot to someone if you bring them up and celebrate them on a regular basis. Last year, my family had a family reunion, so I met a lot of cousins and aunts who I have never met or I haven't seen for years. And during that event, I took track of all of their birthdays and I put them in my calendar pretty much right after I heard them. So now, whenever their birthday comes up through the year, I message them, I put it in the family chat saying, "Hey, today we're going to celebrate this cousin for their birthday. What are you doing today? How are you celebrating? What can we do for you today?" And it means so much. There's always positivity. There's always a good response from that. And you can never go wrong sending someone a message to celebrate their birthday or a win or a milestone. Next, just show up. Be honest. How many times have you been invited to an event and you say you're going to go, but the day of or the day before you cancel? You say you forgot you had another obligation, another commitment. "I'm not going to be there anymore." I know this seems like a small thing sometimes, and you might think to yourself, there's going to be 5 people, 10 other people, 50 other people there. They won't even notice that I'm gone. But I promise you, if you show up consistently, especially when you say you're going to, and you keep your word long term, they're going to remember that, and they're going to want to reciprocate by doing the same thing for you. And this might be the biggest one. Become a connector. Become the person that says, "You two need to know each other." Or, "I met someone who does exactly what you're looking for," or someone who can help you to solve the exact problem you have. I'm going to send you an email or a text or a group phone call to introduce you. This is going to create instant value for you and make you the connector, the person who knows everyone and who can help get things done. Networking is important for everyone. And if you've made it this far in the video, you now have a full framework to be a great networker and to set yourself apart from everyone else by being remembered for the things you say and the questions you ask. This is going to help take your networking to the level that you need it to be to achieve what you want to achieve. But remember, the goal isn't to be known by everyone. It's to be remembered by the right people. Listen more than you talk. Offer value more than you ask for favors. Reach out to celebrate and not just when you need something. And build relationships. Don't just throw around your business cards. So let's put this information into action. With your goals in mind, find one networking event that's happening this week that you can sign up for and actually join. After you've done that, reach out to someone online who has achieved what you want to achieve, or maybe they work in the industry that you want to work in. Send them a message and arrange a coffee meeting.